Hello everyone, Iyad here and welcome to Iyad Small World. So today's vlog is something that I believe that everyone can relate to, and that is lifelong learning. Like, let's be honest here. Like, me being a Singaporean here, I go through these specific phases in life, which is simply as this. You go to kindergarten, you go through like wanting to know how to count, know how to read, know how to do things here and there. And then primary school, we learn English, maths, science, and then your mother tongue and whatever is there, like your civics, more education, and also art, music. I can't remember all the other subjects, but the four are the primary subjects that I take for PSLE. And then you have the secondary school where not only you get more harder in your learning, but also at the same time it gets you in your elective, like your A game. Like for instance, my subject combination when I took my O levels is English, E-maths, which is elementary mathematics, and then there's additional mathematics, and then there's my combined science, which is physics and chem, and there's my combined humanities, which is social studies and history, and then there is POA, which is physical principles of accounting, and then there's my mother tongue, which is Malay. But in my case, since my Malay is that terrible, thankfully they give me a basic Malay exam for me to do, which they also known it as Malay B. So if you wonder what's the difference between Malay B and the standard Malay, there is, think of it as you're taking like a primary school Malay exam in the secondary school level, and I mean, surely it made a bit embarrassing to everyone else, but at the same time, it caters to me because it's at my level. Like I can't be at the O level. I'm just being at this low level because my Malay is horrible. I try speaking at it. Even my parents refrain me from speaking Malay at all, and I'm just cool with it. But whenever I have friends that want to choose to converse in Malay with me, I just go with it whenever I can. If I felt the need to speak English, I just go for it. And then we have our tertiary education, which we either go to ITE, Poly, or JC, or MI, or those private schools or something. And that's when you get to learn further in your electives that you like want to learn into. Like for my case, I studied mobile and M services, so I learned about programming and also IT service desk management and stuff. So think of me as knowing how to program stuff on mobile, like specifically Android, and also knowing how to work in the IT help desk, which is what I'm doing right now, which is my current temporary job right now, being the IT help desk at my school, which apparently used to be my intern place. And that time, let me just bring this up. So I recall having two internships. Um, I had an internship with IBM, and that was like few years ago. So I was an intern being the IT on-site support officer at some hospitals, and to ensure that their updates are running and help whenever they can, and just support whatever projects there is. But when it comes to the other internship, it's at my school, it's our own IT help desk. And here's the down part. When I work with IBM for my internship, I do get paid, and that is something. But when I work at my school, I wasn't paid at all because the fact that I still under the school and they like provide everything, and they don't feel the need to pay me allowance and stuff. So which is totally fine because I have my part-time job to back me up. But it kind of stresses me out a lot that I need to work harder just in order to pay me for allowances and stuff. But that's the past for me now. I mean, now that I went back to my IT help desk at my school already, I just realized that the interns there, that it used to be unpaid, but now the new batch were paid already. I'm like, now that you pay them, I'm like, I felt a little left out, but at the same time, a bit, happy because now there's this good change to them. Because if you're gonna be like unpaid for the rest of their life, of course, not all people will be happy with it. But thankfully, they changed that. So that's something. And right now, I'm a poly graduate and at the same time trying to find a job elsewhere. because this job that I'm having right now is just temporary, and I need to, you know, find a job that is stable enough and at the same time be able to grow myself as a person. Because I believe that learning doesn't just end from there. Like even the minute I finish poly itself, like I still learn things here and there, even from my NS and also in the everyday life, like reading the news that of a research paper or something, and also maybe I watch a cartoon or something, I learn something, and then there's also like I believe I learn things everywhere I go, even when it comes to reading books and also going to classes like right now. Because if you stop learning, then imagine yourself as this. This is like the graph here. So you're like growing at the same time learning. But when you're growing, but then you stop learning, you're like, "Zzz." Yeah. So it's gonna be like this, like borderline, and you're like not growing yourself. Like there's no self growth at the same time. There's no, you know, much more intellect right now. Like you're being stagnant in it. So I felt the need to learn further ahead and also relearn the basics as well, because if I stop learning, that's where I get more ignorant and at the same time claim that I know everything, which is not right to me, because this is the biggest mistake that I ever made whenever I learn on my religious knowledge when I was very young. Because when I was very young, as I was going through like those primary school, secondary school stuff, I grew up in a way that I had to go through part-time religious classes, which is usually on Saturday or Sunday mornings. And let's be honest, that kind of like ruins our weekend and stuff. But on the bright side, it does get me to learn about my religion. But the downside of me is that I tend to be ignorant about it and then just claim that I know about it. And I just don't admit that I felt the need to be reminded. But now that I just grew up and then felt the need to know all these things, I'm like, you know what? Let me just relearn the basics, and then who knows? If I forget this thing, I can just fill out in my brain, like fill in the blanks. Because uh, I felt that I forgot some things here and there. Like whenever I learn something, there tends to be bits and pieces that come out from that, and then you might have to relearn those basics again by going to those classes again. Like, who knows? I might want to go for a refresher course on my prayers and also at the same time reading the holy book of the Quran, and at the same time like relearning some things here and there, like especially my programming, or maybe I can learn a new skill for my career switch, because I might consider having a career switch in my life, which is to be going into digital marketing. And this is not just for this YouTube channel, but also for myself, and maybe I can become an asset to the other companies as well. Which thankfully I'm signing myself up for a immersive program to teach me on some digital marketing skills, and at the same time match myself a job to some company to do digital marketing with them. Like I just keep growing and at the same time learning, because I don't want to be stagnant all the way and at the same time have ignorance in the learning journey that I have. Because yes, you have completed learning things here and there, but I felt the need to know more, because learning is endless to me. And oh, okay, this is a heavy topic to me. What amazing. Yeah, I mean, just the other day I just had a thought with my friend that yeah, I'll be going to these classes to this specific place that he recommended me. And then I told him that knowing these classes that they have here, and these modules and in these sessions there is, I felt the need to give my 100% commitment and attendance to this whole course itself. Because if I miss out that one session or anything, that's when I felt kind of demoralized. Yeah, this is the thing about me when it comes to consistency. I think I thought about this before in my previous vlogs where it comes to consistency. When I lack consistency in learning, I lack in self growth to myself. And same goes to demoralizing myself that, oh, I should have went for that class, I missed this thing, I missed that thing. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, just strive for 100% in your learning, or even better, more than 100%. Yeah. and let's have a lifelong learning journey, guys. I don't know what to say. This is so like right off my head. Okay, I'm gonna see you in another vlog. Bye.